This is lesson 5 for Google Sheets, and in this lesson we'll go over workbooks with multiple worksheets, moving, copying, and pasting between worksheets, freezing panes, naming a range of cells, copying and pasting data between workbooks, and linking data between worksheets, and copying and pasting data between different programs. These are for objectives 2 and 5 from our syllabus. The same as the other Google Sheets modules, and Montana Technology Content Standard 4 is the standard that we're addressing, which is apply and refine skills needed to use communication, information, and processing technologies. Okay, so what I have here is a workbook with multiple worksheets. As you can see, I'm just going to make this a little smaller so it all fits within my recording window. I have quiz 1 through 3 is a worksheet. Quiz 4 through 6 is another worksheet. Both of these are in the workbook titled Quiz Scores. So if you look in your drive, what you'll see is a workbook titled Quiz Scores. And you'd have to open that to get to these individual worksheets. Okay. Moving and copying and pasting between worksheets. So right now I'm in quiz 1 through 3. And I want to copy this total from this tab. So I'd highlight the selection, Control-C, copy it. I can move that over to quiz 4 through 6 and Control-V, paste. So what happened was now those formulas that were used on the last tab are here. So then it's adding each one of these. So I got a new total row by copying and pasting between worksheets. I copied the formulas. Now say I still want to paste it, but this time I want to paste special and just values. That allowed me to bring over total from quiz 1 through 3. This one, because it was formulas that I pasted, is actually 4 through 6 now. Okay, so there's a difference. You can paste with just values, you can paste formulas, and there's paste everything except borders, paste only the column widths, paste the formulas only, conditional formatting, and transposed is a really interesting paste option. I'll just show you what that does. It pastes it in the opposite direction. So all those formulas that we just pasted it in horizontally instead of vertically, which is really useful once in a while when you're messing with data. Okay, another thing I wanted to show you was freeze panes. So if you go up to, first of all, let's just say we couldn't quite see all the data because these were a little bit larger. Now I have to scroll down to see the bottom of this. But by the time I've scrolled down, I'm not quite sure what those column headings were anymore because they're no longer visible on my screen. The way to fix that is I can highlight in this row and I can go up to View, Freeze. I could freeze up to the current row, and then see how it kind of put this bolded gray line there? Now when I scroll, everything up to that row stays on the sheet. So I can look down here and match up my heading with the numbers for these people at the bottom. I can also do that by freezing up to the current column. So now if I scroll over, I can match up these people with the scores that they have. So now it's both freezing the rows and the columns, so I can move around and make sure I don't lose my headings. Freezing panes, pretty awesome tool when you have a spreadsheet with a lot of information in it. We'll go back to no rows, no columns. Now everything's thawed out. Another thing that's interesting to do is name a range of cells. So if I select this whole range of quiz 4 scores, and I right click on them, I can define named range. And I'm going to call this just lowercase quiz 4. Done. So now I have a named range here. What if I come down here and type in equals average, and then I type in quiz 4, parentheses. It knows that that range up above is what I want to average. What if I type equals max for quiz 4? It knows that range for minimum of quiz 4. There again, it knows this whole range as labeled as quiz 4. I don't have to look to select it anymore. I can name a range that way, which every once in a while is a really useful tool. Copying and pasting data between workbooks, it works just the same as between worksheets. You can select something from a different workbook and move it over. Let me open one we can use. I can't think of a great reason to bring these quarterbacks into my quiz scores, but we're going to copy them, Control-C anyways, and then I'm going to come over here to my quiz scores. And you know what? I can Control-V, paste that data right in. There is no link on it. It's just plain text or plain data at this point. You could paste special and paste other ways. Again, that is a choice. And in fact, I could link. So say I wanted to go equals, and I wanted a link straight into this, I could then click this cell, or this, usually I think you can anyway, equals, come over to quarterback stats. Maybe I need to get rid of my copied stuff here. Oh. Equals quarterback stats. No? Well, in Excel you can do it. In Google Sheets it won't let you go in between as seamlessly. But that's okay. I can copy and paste between them. And then I can also see I wanted to take this quiz 1 through 3 number, and instead of hard coding that data, see I wasn't sure if it was going to change. I could go equals and then come over to quiz 1 through 3, choose the number for Edward Blaine, total score, enter. So now it became a formula, so it will always take that cell. I can carry it down. And now, if anyone changes a score from quiz 1 through 3, it will change this number, which in turn will change on the other sheet. We'll just prove that. Instead of a 71, he retook it, got 100. This number is now 255. And over here it's 255. So it updated it manually, or automatically, instead of you needing to go back manually. And that is linking data. And finally, copying and pasting between programs. Sometimes it works well, and sometimes it doesn't. So if you wanted to, say, copy some of these scores, and you wanted to paste it onto a doc, we'll open up a blank one here. Control-V, paste. And there it is. So that data out of the spreadsheet just became a table, which is editable within your doc. Notice I can change things. It's not linked. You can do the same thing into a Google slide. Sometimes it comes through really nice looking and sometimes it doesn't though. But it's still useful to be able to take it from one spot to the next. So that is what I had for you for Lesson 5 in Google Sheets. And hopefully it's a good week and good project.